The black Mafia boss never stopped for strangers. Until tonight. A white lawyer stumbled into the alley, blood on her lip, men with knives behind her. He could have walked away, until she gasped, "Someone inside your circle wants you dead." He ended the fight in seconds. By morning, she walked into his club, calm, sober. "No excuses," she said. "We need to talk." The city never really slept. It just changed languages after midnight. Cars whispered, alleys argued, and somewhere in that noise, a black man in a tailored coat walked like he owned every shadow. Because he did. Dante Cole, the most feared name in the state's underbelly, was heading to his private garage after a closed-door meeting when he heard it. Not a scream. A choke, like someone was trying to hide their own terror. Dante paused. Most people would have kept walking. Most sounds were not his business. But then glass shattered. Fast, sharp, and he turned his head. 3 men cornered a woman against a soaked brick wall. Her white blazer was smeared with dirt, one sleeve torn. She clutched her phone like a weapon, but her hand shook so violently it barely looked useful. "Stay down," one of the men hissed. Another raised a knife, casual, practiced. Dante didn't know her. He didn't need to. He stepped forward. "Hey," he said quietly. The 3 thugs froze, confusion flickering. Then recognition settled. The tallest swallowed. "Boss? Didn't know. Just business?" Dante shoved his hands in his pockets like this was small talk. "You have 3 seconds," he said, voice flat, "to run." They didn't count. They ran. All except the knife man. He lunged. 1 breath. Dante moved. Clean, surgical. A twist, an elbow, a bone snapping like a twig. The knife clattered. The man hit the ground, screaming. Dante stepped over him like he didn't exist. The woman slid down the wall, breath broken, mascara streaked. Under the street lamp he saw blood at her lip and something stubborn in her eyes. Fear woven with fury. "You hurt?" he asked. "No." A lie. He offered a hand. She hesitated, then took it. Her palm was ice. Up close, she was younger than he expected. Late 20s, sharp-boned face, eyes that had seen too much tonight. Her voice cracked but didn't break. "I didn't just run into trouble." She swallowed. "I was followed." "By them?" "No." Her gaze flicked to the corner as if shadows still crawled. "By someone inside your circle." Dante's expression didn't change, but his heartbeat did. "Inside my circle?" She nodded. "I'm not here by accident." He looked at her clothes, corporate, expensive, not street. "Who are you?" "A lawyer." She pressed a hand to her ribs. "I found something. Someone saw. I ran, lost my phone, ended up here." Her words tumbled fast, controlled only by desperation. "Why come to me?" he asked. She met his eyes, breath, shivering. "Because whoever wants you dead thought killing me first would slow them down." Silence tightened the air. Far down the alley, sirens wailed, distant, uncaring. Dante slipped his coat from his shoulders and draped it over her despite her attempt to refuse. "Can you walk?" She nodded. "Then let's go," he said. As they stepped into the street, she looked at him, steady, unblinking. "I didn't expect you to help." Dante didn't look back. "You warned me," he said. "That makes you my business." And she followed him into the dark. Dante's penthouse didn't sit above the city, it watched it. 40 floors up, glass walls reflected a skyline that never confessed its sins. Inside, everything was quiet, clean, controlled. Too perfect for someone who had just bled in an alley. The white lawyer, still wrapped in Dante's coat, hovered near the doorway like she didn't belong on polished marble. His right-hand man, Cruz, stared at her with a frown sharp enough to cut steel. "Boss," Cruz said, voice low, "we don't bring strays home." Dante ignored him, motioning the woman forward. "Name?" he asked. She steadied herself. "Evelyn Hart." Her voice was calmer now. professional, like her fear had stepped back into its case. "Evelyn," Dante repeated, "you said someone inside my circle tried to kill you. I need more than that." She took in the room, the bodyguards, the cameras, the air that felt heavy with judgment. "I'm a defense attorney," she began. "6 months ago, I was contacted anonymously, asked to review sealed financials tied to one of your subsidiaries. Offshore accounts, shell fronts. Nothing surprising." Cruz smirked. "Sounds like a Tuesday." Evelyn didn't smile. "I found documents signed under your name, authorizing transfers no one should make, blood money, disappearances, construction sites where bodies could vanish." She met Dante's gaze. "But that's not the problem." Dante folded his arms. "Then what is?" "The signatures," she whispered. "They weren't yours." Cruz stepped forward. "You accusing him of being sloppy?" "No." Evelyn shook her head. "I'm telling you, someone is forging his authority, someone close enough to know his hands, his patterns, his power." Silence pressed like a hand on a throat. Evelyn continued. "I kept digging. I shouldn't have. 3 nights ago, someone broke into my apartment. Yesterday, a black SUV followed me from my office. Tonight, those men found me." Cruz scoffed. "They were street rats." "They weren't the ones who came first," Evelyn shot back. "They were just the fastest." Dante studied her, not her words, but her truth. Her eyes didn't wander. Her hands didn't tremble now. Only purpose remained. "You think someone wants me dead," Dante said. "I don't think," she replied. "I know." Cruz crossed his arms. "And you came here? Why not go to the police?" She almost laughed. "Because whoever's doing this has money, access, authority, the kind that makes evidence vanish and bodies show up like accidents." Her gaze settled on Dante. "You're the only one powerful enough to stop them before they stop you." For the first time, Dante saw more than survival in her. He saw conviction. "Where are the documents now?" he asked. Evelyn swallowed hard. "Gone. My apartment was torn apart. Hard drives smashed. USBs burned." "Everything?" Cruz said. "No." She reached into Dante's coat pocket where she'd tucked her shaking hand earlier, and pulled out a small flash drive wrapped in tape. "I kept one copy. The most dangerous piece." Cruz swore under his breath. "You brought that here? It's safer here than anywhere else." Dante stepped closer, his presence like gravity. "Evelyn Hart," he murmured, "you just declared war without knowing the battlefield." She met his shadow without fear. "I didn't choose the war," she said, "but I'm not here to run." For the first time tonight, Dante nodded, not in trust, but in recognition. War had found them both. Dante didn't sit. He paced. The flash drive lay on the table like a live grenade. Evelyn watched him, arms folded tight, protecting herself from everything except the truth. Cruz stood near the window, hand hovering over his gun like paranoia was breathing down his neck. "Plug it in," Dante said. Evelyn shook her head quickly. "Not here. If the leak is inside your circle, your own network might be compromised." Dante looked at her like he was measuring a weapon. Not its weight, but its intent. "Then talk," he said. She inhaled. "I traced the forged signature through corporate filings. Whoever did it knew your handwriting, your pressure points, your stroke patterns. This wasn't guesswork. It was study." Cruz muttered, "Inside job." Evelyn continued. "The documents transfer funds to offshore accounts connected to construction fronts, projects under your name. Except," she grimaced, "no construction exists. Just land. Empty. Bought in your name, paid through your companies, authorized under your forged signature." Dante rubbed his jaw, still pacing. "So someone is laundering cash through me and hiding bodies under my land." Evelyn nodded. "And when someone tries to expose them," her hand touched her ribs, "they make them disappear." Cruz leaned forward. "What's the name?" The question hung like smoke. Evelyn hesitated, not because she feared the truth, but because she feared its impact. "One name repeats," she whispered, "on every document, every request, every signature order." Dante stopped moving. "Whose?" Evelyn lifted the tape-wrapped flash drive slightly, just enough for the lamplight to catch scratched plastic. "Marcus Cole." Silence cracked like glass. Cruz blinked. "That's impossible." Evelyn held still. "He's listed as the secondary signatory. Your approval. His execution." Dante stared at the carpet like it was suddenly unfamiliar ground. Marcus Cole. His brother. The one who vanished 3 years ago without a goodbye. Only rumors and blood in the streets. The one Dante buried in memory because dead men don't haunt paperwork. "My brother is dead," Dante said, voice low. Evelyn nodded. "So I read, but someone is either using his identity, or he's very much alive." Cruz cursed. "If Marcus is alive, why would he forge your signature? Why target you?" Evelyn didn't blink. "To replace him." Dante let out a short breath, half disbelieving, half furious. "My brother wanted the throne?" Dante asked. Evelyn shook her head. "No. He wanted something bigger. Not control. Erasure. The signatures don't just steal your authority. They frame you. For murder, laundering, conspiracy." Her voice tightened. "If this goes public, you'll be hunted in every country you've breathed in." Cruz rubbed his temples. "Boss, if Marcus is alive—" "He's not," Dante snapped. Evelyn stepped closer, fearless. "You're a strategist, Mr. Cole. You don't bury a possibility just because you hate it." Her words sank into the quiet like poison. Dante turned away, toward the window where the city blinked like indifferent stars. The memory hit him. Marcus laughing at 16. Marcus shaking hands with killers at 20. Marcus disappearing before 30. Abandoned loyalty or planned silence. Dante whispered, "If Marcus forged my name, why kill you?" Evelyn answered without hesitation, "Because I'm the only one who followed the trail." The room felt colder. Cruz checked the hallway, restless. "Boss, if Marcus wants you gone, bringing her here may have just painted a target on all of us." Evelyn tucked the flash drive safely away. "I know the risks," she said, "but running won't save me. Or you." Dante finally turned. His eyes burned, not with fear, but with a promise. "Then we find him," he said, "dead or alive." And the war officially began. Dante didn't believe in coincidences. If Marcus's name surfaced tonight, it wasn't by accident. It was an invitation, and he planned to RSVP with fire. He turned to Cruz. "Lock the building. No one in or out without my word." Cruz nodded once and disappeared down the hall. Evelyn shifted anxiously, watching Dante lower himself into a leather chair. He gestured to the seat across from him. She stayed standing. "You don't trust this place," he said. "I don't trust anyone inside your circle," she replied. "Fair." Dante pulled a small encrypted phone from a hidden panel beneath the desk. He dialed a private number, one only 3 people in the world still had. "This is Cole," he said. "Trace the ownership on every piece of land purchased under my name in the last 3 years. I want every satellite image, blueprint, survey record, now." He hung up. Evelyn raised an eyebrow. "You don't ask questions?" "No." He tapped the desk. "I demand answers." Before she could respond, Cruz returned, face grim. "Boss, we've got movement on the west elevators. 2 men, no ID, no call-up request." Dante stood. "Show me." They entered the surveillance room. Dozens of screens flickered, each viewing a different floor. 2 figures in maintenance uniforms stepped out of an elevator. Heads down, pace steady. Evelyn leaned closer. "They followed me." "How would they know you came here?" Cruz asked. Dante answered for her. "They didn't follow her." His jaw tightened. They followed me. On screen, the men approached the security door. One pulled out a small device, pressed it to the keypad. Green light. The lock clicked. "They have inside codes," Evelyn whispered. Dante's voice went cold. "Cruz. Hallway intercept. Non-lethal, unless they fire first." Cruz grabbed his pistol and left. Evelyn stared at Dante. "This is Marcus." "Maybe," Dante muttered, watching the monitors, "or someone who wants us to believe it's him." The intruders split at a junction, one heading toward the penthouse hall, the other toward the service stairs. Dante pressed a button. A drawer slid open, revealing 2 compact firearms. He offered one to Evelyn. She blinked. "I'm a lawyer." "Tonight you're bait." She hesitated, then took it. They stepped into the hallway, silent, tense. Cruz's low voice came through Dante's earpiece. "Target 1 down. Still breathing." Dante checked the feed. One uniformed man lay restrained. The second was moving fast toward the guest wing, toward Evelyn's room. Dante and Evelyn took the service corridor, narrow, dim. Dante led, gun raised. Evelyn followed, coat trailing like a ghost. They reached the corner. Dante signaled for silence. Footsteps. Soft, controlled. Then, a flash of metal. Dante fired first. A single shot shattered the light fixture above. Sparks rained. The intruder lunged from the dark, blade glinting. Dante slammed him against the wall with brutal precision. The man grunted, dropping the knife. Dante pinned him by the throat. "Who sent you?" he growled. The intruder spat blood. "Cole." Dante's pulse stuttered. "Which one?" A thin smile cut across the man's face. "The one you buried." Evelyn's breath hitched. Dante tightened his grip. "Marcus is dead." The intruder's eyes glimmered as though he knew something Dante didn't. "Then why," he whispered, "does he want the drive?" Dante froze. Evelyn wrapped her arms around herself, suddenly cold. The intruder coughed, forcing out one last warning. "He's coming for you both." Cruz arrived, weapon drawn. "Boss?" Dante released the man only long enough to knock him unconscious. He turned to Evelyn. Voice low, steady, merciless. "This isn't just a leak," he said. "This is a trap." And now they were inside it. Dante didn't lift his eyes from the unconscious intruder on the floor. If Marcus truly lived, then everything Dante thought he'd buried was clawing its way back up. He pressed 2 fingers to his earpiece. "Cruz, clean the bodies. No police. I want DNA, prints, dental, everything." "Already on it," Cruz replied. Dante turned to Evelyn. "We move." "Where?" she asked. "Somewhere only I know." He grabbed the flash drive, pocketed it, and guided her through a back corridor few ever saw. No elevators, too easy to trap. They took the stairs, descending into a silence so thick it felt like sound couldn't find them. Evelyn's breath hitched. "Does anyone else know this route?" "No." "Not even your brother?" Dante shot her a look sharp enough to cut. "My brother didn't know anything I didn't want him to." They reached a steel door. Dante tapped a sequence on a concealed pad. Locks slid, heavy, mechanical. The door opened into something that looked nothing like a penthouse exit. Concrete, bare walls, a forgotten service tunnel lit by low amber bulbs. Evelyn stared. "This isn't security. It's an escape route." "No," Dante said. "It's a graveyard for enemies who think they can run." He started walking. She followed. The tunnel wound like a spine beneath the city, every turn feeling like another step toward someone else's secret. Evelyn tried to quiet her thoughts, but questions bled through. If Marcus is alive, why reveal himself through hired men? Why not come to you directly? Dante didn't slow. Marcus never confronted problems. He manipulated them. "So he's toying with you?" "No." His jaw clenched. "He's warning me." They emerged into an underground garage, old, dust-draped, forgotten. 2 cars sat beneath tarps. Dante pulled one off, A black sedan, silent and dangerous. He opened the passenger door. "Get in." Evelyn hesitated. "You trust me to ride with you?" "I don't trust you." His voice didn't soften. "I control the car." She slid in. As they drove, Dante took an unfamiliar route. Back alleys, forgotten roads, no pattern. Anyone following would need a map written in blood. Evelyn watched him. "You're calm," she said. "You're not." "I'm a lawyer. I speak for a living. I don't run from men with guns." Dante glanced at her. "You ran tonight." "I ran towards you," she corrected. That earned her silence, the respectful kind. Minutes later, the sedan slowed near a decommissioned textile warehouse. Boards covered the windows. Walls were tagged with fading graffiti. It looked dead. Dante parked, stepped out, scanned the street. No shadows moved. Inside, though, the building was alive. Reinforced steel doors, hidden sensors, generators, humming beneath concrete. A safe house disguised as a ruin. Evelyn's pulse steadied. "This is where we hide?" "No." Dante keyed open another door. "This is where we work." The room beyond held only a table and a single, unmarked laptop. Dante placed the flash drive beside it. "We analyze the data here," he said. "Offline. No signals. No leaks." Evelyn moved closer. "What if Marcus already knows we left?" Dante stared at the drive. "He does." Evelyn's spine stiffened. "How?" Dante lifted his eyes, dark, hollow, because this was his idea. Evelyn froze. "Explain." Dante exhaled once, slow, controlled. "This safe house, the escape tunnels, every exit I've ever used." He met her gaze. "Marcus built them." Lightning seemed to strike the room, silent, brutal. Evelyn whispered, "Then we're walking his map." Dante nodded. "And he's waiting at the end." The warehouse hummed like a steel heart. Steady, cold, unsympathetic. Evelyn stood frozen, Dante's last words echoing. Marcus built them. Every hallway, every tunnel, every exit. They weren't Dante's protection. They were Marcus's blueprint. A hunting ground. "Sit," Dante said. "Not a request." Evelyn forced herself into a chair near the lone table. Dante powered on the unmarked laptop, its screen glowing a pale white across the concrete walls. No logos, no network, no trace. He slid the flash drive across the metal surface. "Open it," he said. Evelyn took a breath and inserted the drive. The files loaded, a simple folder structure, too clean, too intentional. Coal holdings, private coal land records, restricted personnel, deceased replacement plan. Evelyn swallowed. Replacement plan. "Open it," she clicked. A single video file appeared. "Play me, Brother Evelyn's blood ran cold." "This is a trap," she whispered. "It's a message," Dante corrected. He clicked play. Static flared. Then the screen steadied. A dim room. A single chair. A man seated, half shrouded in darkness. Black suit, relaxed shoulders, hands folded. And a voice. "Hello, Dante." Evelyn's breath caught. Dante didn't blink. "You're wondering if I'm alive," the figure continued. "You always needed certainty. I always needed opportunity." The man leaned forward, just enough to reveal half his face. Marcus. Same bone structure, same sharp eyes. Alive. Evelyn felt the air leave her lungs. Marcus smiled. "You made yourself a king," he said. "But every king forgets one truth. Thrones aren't inherited." A pause, only his voice breathing through the speaker. "They're taken." Dante's jaw clenched. Marcus continued, voice smooth, too calm. "You're probably in the safe house. Do you like what I designed? Tunnels under tunnels. No one can find you unless I want them to." He chuckled. "Right now you think you're hunting me, but I built the maze. You're following my walls, my steps, my paths." Dante leaned closer. "What do you want?" he muttered. As if hearing him, Marcus answered on screen. What I've always wanted. A tilt of the head. Your crown, your city, your silence. Evelyn's pulse hammered. This message was recorded weeks ago, she whispered. He knew exactly where you would come. Marcus's smile sharpened. You brought the lawyer. Good. Evelyn stiffened. She's smart. She found the trail faster than I expected. He paused. Shame she won't make it to trial. Evelyn's fingers dug into her chair. Marcus continued. So, here is my offer, brother. Leave, disappear. Give me coal territory, assets, the city, and I'll let the lawyer live. Dante's eyes darkened. And if I refuse? He murmured. Marcus's grin widened. You won't. The screen glitched, static slicing his face. Because you're loyal, and loyalty is a chain. Suddenly, the video cut to a live feed. A camera angle from inside the warehouse, from above, watching them. Evelyn gasped. He's here, she whispered, or worse, he sees us. The feed shifted, panning across the warehouse ceiling, then down toward a dark stairwell behind them. A silhouette stood at the bottom. Still, patient, waiting. Not Marcus, a soldier, armed. Evelyn reached for her borrowed gun, hands trembling. Dante raised a hand, stopping her. Lights flickered. The building groaned. Dante exhaled, a quiet, lethal calm. This isn't his offer, he said. It's his opening move. The silhouette stepped forward, and lights cut to black. Darkness swallowed the warehouse. Evelyn pressed her back to the table, pulse ricocheting in her ears. Heavy boots scraped against concrete, slow, measured, confident. Dante didn't move. He simply whispered, "Stay behind me." The silhouette emerged, face masked, rifle raised. But he hesitated. "Orders?" the soldier asked. A voice crackled through his earpiece. "Marcus, test him." The soldier fired. Dante dragged Evelyn behind a pillar as concrete shattered, sparks flaring. He slid a knife from his sleeve, waited, listening, then vanished into the dark. 3 seconds. A grunt. A body collapsing. Silence. Evelyn crouched, trembling. A match flared. Dante's face illuminated in a brief glow. "One man means nothing," he murmured. "He's just telling us the game's begun." He dropped the match, crushing its light beneath his boot. "Marcus thinks the city is his." Dante reached down, offering Evelyn his hand. "He's wrong." Above them, a screen flickered back to life, Marcus's voice echoing. "Brother, I hope she can run." Evelyn tightened her grip. "I don't run," she whispered. Dante smiled, cold, ready. "Good. Then we fight."